The cockroaches have been silent for a while now. What happened to the cockroaches? The cockroaches are gone. We have banished the cockroaches for now. They never really go away. They just crawl into the cracks. And it has been my correct forecasts and correct calls that have sent the cockroaches scurrying. Okay, we still get some mousy boys every once in a while. The mousy boys who have such a deep loathing and hatred for their own selves, they come here every once in a while to attack me and make stupid statements like I'm some kind of a fraud or something like that. But they're mousy boys. And they put up blank avatars. You never see what they look like because they're mousy boys. Well, we will see the cockroaches. They'll come back at some point, probably when the market has some kind of a sell-off. They'll come running out at the bottom again. That's how we'll know when to add to our position. But on that note, I want to tell you that all of the things that I look at, the fiscal flows, all of that information, still very, very supportive of this rally, if not even at a completely higher level. Now, I sent out something last night to MTTrader subscribers. If you're on that list, you know what I'm talking about. Very important graphic. If you want to see what I sent out, just go sign up for a 30-day free trial of MTTrader. Go to www.pitbulleconomics.com and click on the tab that says products. You get a 30-day free trial, no obligation. You'll get the report, plus all my emails that I send out during the day and during the week. Now, ECB, no surprises today. I thought there might be a surprise, but they kept rates unchanged. So we're starting to see almost like a convergence, right? The Fed was the first central bank. They started raising rates last year, then they went on hold, and now sort of the expectation building again that maybe the rate hikes are coming back. And yours truly, me, I was the guy who said they never really went away. It was a pause. And last week we saw what was it again? That was no action on the Bank of England, when it was widely expected to see some cut, nothing there. And today, nothing with the ECB. So suddenly, they're starting to think, you know what? Maybe we're done with this quote-unquote stimulus, which was never really a stimulus to begin with, right? And it cracks me up when I hear the very smart people, the central banks need to stimulate more. And it never was. It was economic drag. When you charge negative interest rates, when you buy assets, remove assets from the economy, remove income via that interest channel, how is that a stimulus? Come on. All right, so, and the Fed rate hikes will be back on the table. By the way, look at the 10-year, 162. What were we at, 132 2 weeks ago? The 30 basis point run up, which is nothing. And all you MTTrader subscribers, you know what I'm talking about because I sent something out yesterday to you by email. So everything is on track. Everything that I talked about is on track. And again, I don't have to repeat this, but I will. This is not braggadocio. This is not arrogance. This is just knowing how things function, looking at the right information. Last week I sent out a thing because there were some people who were asking me, well, what about the discrepancy between your employment and withholding tax deposits? And CNBC was talking about it, Warren Mosley. I said there's no discrepancy, and I showed you why. I look at daily information. These guys are 6 weeks behind. You can tell them, you can say, hey, I can read minds. I can predict the future. That's going to go up. And it will go up. Why? Because it already has. And they'll see it sometime in mid-August. And they'll say, wow, how did you know that? Because I follow Mike Norman. That's how. All right, everybody. Everything looking good. I hope the cockroaches come. I hope we get a pullback in stocks. I want to buy some S&P E-minis. But for now, remember, we invoke the mental game trait of patience. Patience, everybody. Patience. See you later.